friends, it's me, Miss Carrie, and I'm here with a couple of my friends, Mr. Randy and Miss Sheila. We've missed y'all so much, and we can't wait to see you again. In the meantime, we are so excited to introduce y'all to our new series just for you. It's called Crazy Science, Discovering Who God Is. And we are about to do some wild and crazy experiments that will help us to know who God really is. So, let's get started and find out more with Mr. Randy.
What is your favorite color? Can you guess what my favorite color is? It's not blue, but it's red. I am so glad that God's world is not all black and white, aren't you? God's colorful world is awesome. Today, we're going to discover a mystery and hopefully find the answer to that mystery. We're going to take some empty cups and we're going to form new colors. But before we do, let's think about something about science experiments. God is the one who made the laws of science. He created and designed those laws. Now, if God never changes, then those laws never change. Those laws that were created thousands of years ago are still true today, and they will be true forever.
Hi, boys and girls. Have you ever watched water walk? Well, in today's experiment, we're going to see colored water travel through paper towels into empty cups to create new colors. For this experiment, I used 6 clear cups of the same size. I put equal amounts of water in the first cup, the third cup, and the 5th cup. Next, I put 5 drops of red food coloring in the first cup. I put 5 drops of yellow food coloring in the 3rd cup. And then finally, I'm going to add 3 drops of blue food coloring in my 5th cup. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to stir that up. Now I'm ready to fold my paper towels. I'm taking a half sheet of paper towel. I'm going to fold it in half lengthwise. I'm going to fold it again, half lengthwise. I'm going to fold it again in half. And this just determines what size cups you use as to how long your paper towels need to be. I'm going to cut this down the middle. Then I'm going to open up one of these. And because my cups are kind of short, I'm going to trim this one more time down the middle. Now I'm ready to fold this in half for the last time. Now that we've got our paper towels folded, we're ready to put them in our cups. Mr. Randy, since red's your favorite color, I'm going to let you put this paper towel. Put one end, submerge one end in the red food coloring and one end in the empty cup. Miss Carrie, if you'll go ahead and put your paper towel. Okay, Mr. Randy, if you'll put one in the empty cup and the yellow food coloring.
Now, what is y'all's favorite colors?
My favorite color is blue.
I like blue too.
I love blue.
All kinds of blue.
Now watch carefully. Already we can see the water, the colored water is creeping up the paper towel. Okay?
It's starting to drip.
And it's starting to drip in the empty cups. Red, blue, and yellow colors are called primary colors. Primary colors are used to create secondary colors. By combining red with yellow, we create orange. By combining yellow with blue, we create green. And by combining blue with red, we're creating purple. As we've seen water travel up the paper towel and drip into the empty cup, there's a big word that describes this. It's the same process that plants use to draw water from its roots up to its stems and its leaves. And this process is called capillary action.
That's pretty cool stuff, Miss Sheila. Don't y'all think? I can't wait to see the end results. But how did Miss Sheila know to take those 3 primary colors to combine and get these secondary colors? Well, I'll tell you how she knew that. It's because Miss Sheila knows the laws of science. In fact, she used to teach a lot of different science classes. And the laws of science never change. Just because God created those laws of science and because God doesn't change, His laws never change either. That's how Miss Sheila knew what would be the result of her experiment and to make those secondary colors. But what is God really like? How can we know what God is like? You might say, well, God's like Santa Claus. I really like Santa Claus. He gives me whatever I want. God's just like Santa Claus sitting up in heaven, and when I pray, oh God, give me a bike, or oh God, give me a new puppy, He's just gonna give it to me because He's like Santa Claus. Or maybe you might think, God's like this mean cop that's just waiting to catch me doing something bad, and He's gonna punish me really hard. Or you might think, I've done so many bad things that there's no way God could really love me. Or maybe you think, well, I'm a good person, so God must gonna be letting me into His heaven. He must let me into His heaven because I'm such a good person. There's a lot of different thoughts about God out there. How can we really know who God is? Well, I'm sure a lot of you know the answer to that question. The only way we can really know who God is from His Word, the Bible. God has said who He is Himself in His Word, the Bible. And without the Bible, we really couldn't know anything about God. He's revealed Himself through His Word. The Bible teaches that there is only one God, and you can't just make up a God of your own choosing. There were some people in the Bible who tried to do just that. In fact, they made up a bunch of different gods. They were false gods, and they worshiped these false gods. Do you remember another word we use for false gods? That's right, I'm sure a lot of you do. Idols. These people had a bunch of different idols whom they worshiped. And next time we're going to find out what a man named Paul had to say to these people about all these false gods they had. I hope you'll be tuning in next time to find out how that went. But in the meantime, I want to show you something. Each week we're going to have a little puzzle that is going to give us a clue as to an adjective that describes God. Let me show you. Look at this first picture. These are grapes. This middle picture, they look like monkeys with a banana, but we're going to call them apes. And this last picture, you see the number 8. So we got grapes, apes, and 8. Now look at these symbols. This first symbol means take away. It's called a minus sign. I'm sure a lot of y'all remember that from your math class. The last symbol is called an addition sign. It means add. So to do this puzzle, you start right here. You've got apes minus apes. So minus the apes is just plus 8, 8. So what is God? That's right, God is great. The Bible says in Psalm 145:3, great is the Lord and greatly to be praised. God is the only one who deserves our worship and praise because He is so great. He created everything. He's the creator, and He alone is worthy of our worship and praise. We're so excited about this series. I want you to take a moment and let's talk to our great God right now. So bow your heads and close your eyes, and we're going to talk to God. God, thank you that you've loved us so much. Thank you that you are a great God. Father, thank you that you've loved us with an everlasting love by sending your Son, Jesus. Father, thank you that you never change. You're the same yesterday, today, and forever. Father, I just pray for these boys and girls, even right now, as they're studying, watching us at home, studying about you, Lord. I pray that you would encourage them and just help them to know how much you love them. And Father, help them to know the importance of being in your word so they can know who you really are. For it's in your name I pray. Amen. Now, one last thing. Let's go check these results and see what's happened.
With 2 different primary colors dripping into the empty cup, we were able to create secondary colors orange, green, and purple.
That was pretty cool. And did y'all notice how the water levels were all the same too? Because she started out with 3 cups that were empty, and now all the water levels are the same. I'm sure there's a scientific term for that too. Some of you smart kids can figure that out. All right, one last thing to show y'all. If you go on our website, underneath the video where you just watched, you're gonna find this handout. It's not exactly the experiment with water, but it's the same principle. And what you're supposed to do is, this is the color wheel, and it says, can you complete the bottom wheel using only the 3 primary colors? Just like Miss Sheila started out with the 3 primary colors and was able to make 6 total colors, you're supposed to start out with the 3 primary colors, use crayons, and make all 6 colors that go into this color wheel. I know you can do it, and we can't wait to see you next time. Bye.